and the spirituality is all one. With my spirituality being together, I can more or less call upon my creativity.
When Earth, Wind & Fire took over the airwaves with hit song Boogie Wonderland, they not only announced their grand entrance to the limelight, but also captivated a wider audience beyond soul music enthusiasts. Their energetic rhythm and glamorous style ensured the band achieved a monumental and long-lasting success. During their heyday, Earth, Wind & Fire dominated the popular music scene, exuding a vibrant and perpetual party atmosphere like a dazzling group of funk angels. This infectious blend of sophistication and positivity can be attributed to the talents of one man, and one man only: Maurice White. As the group's songwriter, producer, vocalist, just to name a few, he transformed the industry in a way no one could ever think about. All those who argue that he was ahead of his time, it is true. He turned that small dream he had as a toddler to a timeless treasure. When the great Walt Disney said, "If you can visualize it, if you can dream it, there's some way to do it," he was talking about Maurice White. Born on December 19, 1941 in Memphis, Tennessee, Maurice grew up in South Memphis where he lived with his grandmother in the Foote Homes Projects. He would attend Clay Street School, which would later be called Booker T. Washington High School, where he made friends with Booker T. Jones and David Porter. This is where his interest in music began. He embarked on his musical journey as a drummer during his high school years. His first professional opportunity came when he performed with Booker T. Jones, who later achieved fame with Booker T. and the MGs. Upon graduating from high school, Maurice moved to Chicago to further his musical education at the prestigious Chicago Conservatory of Music. While studying, he also took on drumming jobs on the side, which eventually led to a regular position as a studio percussionist at the renowned Chess Records. At Chess, Maurice had the privilege of playing with incredible talents such as Etta James, Fontella Bass, Billy Stewart, Willie Dixon, Sonny Stitt, and Ramsey Lewis, whose trio he joined in 1967. Maurice spent nearly 3 years as a member of the Ramsey Lewis Trio, an experience that not only enhanced his musical skills but also taught him about performance and staging. It was during this time that he discovered the African thumb piano, or kalimba, an instrument that would become a central element in much of his future work. In 1969, Maurice relocated to Los Angeles with the intention of forming his own band. Initially named the Salty Peppers, the band consisted of Maurice on vocals, percussion, and kalimba, alongside keyboardists, vocalists Wade Flemons and Don Whitehead. The Salty Peppers recorded a single titled Your Love Is Life for Capitol Records, but unfortunately, they did not achieve significant commercial success. However, Maurice saw an opportunity for growth and signed a new contract with Warner Brothers in 1971. Along with the label change, he decided to rename the band Earth, Wind & Fire, drawing inspiration from the 3 elements in his astrological chart. The new name also reflected Maurice's spiritual approach to music, a unique blend that transcended genres and appealed to multiple artistic principles such as composition, musicianship, production, and performance. The original lineup of Earth, Wind & Fire included Michael Beale on guitar, Leslie Drayton, Chester Washington, and Alex Thomas on horns, Sherry Scott on vocals, and percussionist Phil Lard Williams. Under Warner Brothers, Earth, Wind & Fire recorded 2 albums, their self-titled debut album in 1970 and The Need of Love in 1971. They also contributed to the soundtrack of Melvin Van Peebles' groundbreaking independent film, Sweet Sweetback's Barda's Song. However, Maurice grew disillusioned with Warner Brothers, as the label primarily marketed the group as a jazz act, while Maurice aimed to blend jazz, rock, and soul into a fusion sound that was truly universal. In addition to switching labels and signing with Columbia, Maurice completely revamped Earth, Wind & Fire's lineup. Flemons and Whitehead left the group, making way for new members, including vocalists Philip Bailey and Jessica Cleaves, guitarist Johnny Graham, guitarist and percussionist Al McKay, and Maurice's younger brother Verdine on bass. With Columbia Records, Earth, Wind & Fire released their album, Last Days and Time, in 1972, which marked the beginning of their reputation for innovative recordings and exhilarating live performances. The album, Head to the Sky, in 1973 achieved gold status and included the hit single, Evil, and the title track. The platinum-selling album, Open Our Eyes, in 1974 featured their rendition of the classic song, Mighty Mighty, and the popular, Kalimba Story. Earth, Wind & Fire also collaborated with Ramsey Lewis on his album, Sun Goddess, released in 1974, which included the chart-topping title track. The band's breakthrough came in 1975 with the release of their iconic album, That's the Way of the World, featuring the chart-topping single, Shining Star. The album earned them their first Grammy Award and solidified their position as one of the most successful and influential groups of the era. Throughout the late 1970s and early 1980s, Earth, Wind & Fire continued to release successful albums, including Gratitude in 1975, Spirit in 1976, and All in All in 1977, which won 3 Grammy Awards. Their music seamlessly blended various genres and showcased the talents of the legendary Phoenix Horns, adding a unique flavor to their sound. Maurice also delved into producing other artists during this time, working with The Emotions and Denise Williams, among others. In 1978, Earth, Wind & Fire released The Best of Earth, Wind & Fire, Volume 1, which included their cover of the Beatles' Got to Get You Into My Life, and the hit single, September. Their live performances were legendary, combining mesmerizing music with captivating visual elements, including lights, pyrotechnics, and even magic illusions. The band's message of universal harmony resonated with audiences and offered a positive escape from the negativity of society. In 1979, Earth, Wind & Fire released the album I Am, featuring the chart-topping disco hit Boogie Wonderland, with The Emotions and the soulful ballad After the Love Has Gone. The band's popularity continued with subsequent albums like Faces in 1980 and Raise in 1981, which included the smash hit Let's Groove. However, their commercial success declined in the following years, and Maurice took a break from Earth, Wind & Fire to pursue a solo career and establish his own company, Kalimba Productions. During this time, he collaborated with other artists, produced albums, and worked on various projects. Maurice reunited with Earth, Wind & Fire in 1987, releasing the album Touch the World, and embarking on a successful world tour. The band continued to release albums and perform live throughout the 1990s and 2000s, solidifying their status as music icons. Maurice's contributions extended beyond Earth, Wind & Fire, as he mentored and collaborated with emerging artists and established his Kalimba music label. In 2010, Maurice and his fellow band members were inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame, recognizing their significant contributions to the music industry. Maurice's dedication to his craft and his passion for creating music that transcended boundaries remained unwavering throughout his career. On February 4, 2016, Maurice White sadly passed away after battling Parkinson's disease for an extended period. His legacy lives on through Earth, Wind & Fire's timeless music, their electrifying performances, and his impact as a composer and producer. Maurice's vision of using music as a medium to communicate and inspire people to be their best continues to resonate with fans and musicians worldwide. His contributions to the world of music, his innovative fusion of genres, and his unwavering commitment to spreading positivity and harmony will forever be remembered.